In this video, we're going to learn the product rule. So what if we have a function that has two parts, two different functions, and they're multiplied together? How would we take the derivative of that? So in this function, we have e to the x, and it's multiplied by sine x. So this is two different parts, and they're multiplied together. Two different functions multiplied together. I'm going to call one of them u, and one of them v. So in general, if we have a function that is one function u multiplied by another function v, then the derivative is going to be u prime v plus v prime u. Okay, so this is the rule, this is the product rule. This is how we take the derivative of a function that is a product of two functions. Okay? So for this specific example, we're going to have u equals e to the x. So u prime is the derivative of e to the x. That's e to the x. And then we're going to have v equals sine x. So then v prime is equal to cosine x. Okay, so now we just use these four different things and plug them into this formula. Okay, so f prime is equal to u prime v. U prime is e to the x, and v is sine x, plus v prime u. V prime is cosine x, and u is e to the x. Okay? So u prime v plus v prime u. Okay? Let's do another example. Okay, in this one we're going to have the function x squared cosine x. Okay? First, identify which two functions are being multiplied together. It's x squared and cosine x. Okay, so x squared is going to be u, and cosine x is v. Okay, so if f is u times v, then f prime is u prime v plus v prime u. You take the derivative of one and leave the other unchanged, and then you add the opposite, the derivative of the other, while leaving the first one unchanged. Okay? So let's write out what we need. U is equal to x squared. U prime is the derivative of x squared. That's 2x. And v equals cosine x. So v prime is equal to negative sine x. Okay? That means that f prime is equal to u prime times v plus v prime times u. Okay? we can just rewrite that. 2x cosine x minus sine x times x squared. Okay, so we have a formula, we find what we need, and we plug it in. Let's do one more example. Let's say f of x equals e to the x ln x. Okay? U equals e to the x. U prime is e to the x. And v equals ln x. So v prime, the derivative of ln x, that's 1 over x. Okay, so f prime is u prime v plus v prime u. So that means that f prime is going to equal e to the x ln x. Remember, that's u prime, that's v, plus 1 over x times e to the x. That's v prime times u. Okay, so f prime of x is e to the x ln x plus 1 over x times e to the x. Okay, so memorize this formula, write out what u is, take the derivative of u, write out what v is, take the derivative of v, and then plug in. And since this is an addition here, it doesn't matter what you pick u or v to be. I just pick u to be the one on the left and v to be the one on the right. You can pick either way.